Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Space Marine. I don't know what part this is. I think it's 10, maybe? 10? Sounds right. Well, obviously I'll find out in post-editing. Why on earth would I want to put this weapon down? It's a thing of beauty. In the last episode we just got the Thunder Hammer. The unequivocally most powerful melee weapon in the game. And also missed this cool blue glow. This would be like a roving techno group with this, whatever, relic, the hammer, and the pistol, all in the same place. It's a beautiful thing. It's gonna be epic. We're gonna crush stuff. Oh, this looks like a dog section. Yep. There's dogs. Always queuing on the dogs. I forgot about that slam. I don't really look at the combat system. I know this one only has 3 moves. 1, 2, and then 3. Maybe it's 4. I don't know. Brutal. This hammer is just awesome. Like, I can't explain how awesome it was the first time I picked this thing up. Honestly, well, to be completely fair, this game is only average for the most part. I mean, it's still a good game in terms of gameplay and stuff like that, but it doesn't really do anything spectacular. But the raw power you feel when you're using most of these weapons is just great. Like, and especially when you have something that's super powerful like this. I see a lot of melee characters, or a lot of people in co-op use this as their primary weapon. And you can see why. Like, it's clearly a beast. The range I get just by some bad collision detection there, but the range of that stun slam is just incredible, and there's not a person or not a horde in the game that can really stand up to it. Gotta make sure we kill the dogs. Can't have, or the scud, whatever you want to call them. You can't have those things roving about, really, because really in my first playthrough, and I didn't understand the concept behind why you kill those things with such regularity. They would sneak up on me all the time. Like, I'd literally be up to my neck in those things. But they blow up so frequently, and so, you know, they move a little bit quicker. Even if you're not paying attention to them, like, they'll drop your energy down faster than almost anything else, other than, you know, large caliber weaponry. Some of those rocket troops do a whole lot of damage if there's enough of them on you at the same time. But really, the other advantage of that is killing them while they're in the middle. Oh crap, speaking of the rocket troops. This is where this weapon kind of comes in. It kind of has a downfall. Since you can only use the 2 weapons. It's like I really prefer to use like the Stormbolter or something like that here. But you know, what can you do? I made my choice, and I still think it's a great choice, but I'm content to live with it. Besides, the Stormbolter, what is it? The Bolter rifle does a well enough job kicking things off from from better distances. You know, the plasma gun, as much as I love it, tough to get a bead on things, especially since you don't have multi-fire. So you know, when you're using it, it's like I gotta hope I can lob it up there, and it's not the best weapon for that sort of combat. As we make our way to the servo skulls, I know you guys haven't seen it in the menu, but I have collected 0. If you think I may have accidentally picked one up earlier in the game or at some point for whatever reason, think again, because I clearly did not, and I clearly won't. And I don't think it's going to be a situation where really up here? What the fuck did we get up here? Where I'll accidentally pick one up, quote unquote, accidentally pick one up at any point, just because they're such obscure places, one, and you know, why would I ever want to leave myself into combat in an area like that? Still up there. Oh God. Yeah, I just didn't want to deal with it. Usually there's such enclosed areas for the most part, as well as obscure locations, that you can't perform solid combat technique in there anyway. So it's unlikely I'll stumble upon one and accidentally pick one up, because I frankly won't be that close.
These pipes lead into the facilities and sub-basements, and here is our entrance.
You don't say. An area with sewers and pipes leading somewhere important. Yeah, I gotta admit, the grit in this game, aside from the overall cartooniness of it, in terms of character design and about building design, they do a good job portraying the dirt. I mean, the PlayStation's getting kind of old, so its graphics obviously aren't going to be the best. If you have this game for PC or something like that, then you're clearly ahead of the game, because you probably get all kinds of cool physics to happen here. But it overall looks not bad. It's just, you know, a dated system. This thing's it's over 10 years old, right? Yeah. The rust and everything like that, it's really, you know, adds to the atmosphere. Lighting isn't terrible either. Lighting could be better, but for a game that's as old as this one is, it's not bad. Production value at that time was probably fairly high, so.
Set to eliminate any.
So, what else is there to talk about? I didn't want to get if you have a Wii U, I don't know. I've played the Wii U recently. I was not all that impressed. And I keep on wanting to be impressed by it for some reason. Maybe because of my nostalgia from Nintendo from a long, long time ago. You know, one of the first systems I ever owned is Standard NES. Oh crap! Oh no! But aside from the controller, man, I'm going to have to take this thing out the hard way, aren't I? Aside from that controller that you can only use one of on the system, by the way, at the moment, I'm sure that they'll probably make, you know, some software patches where it'll be able to function with more than just one controller, since that's the most novel thing about the system. Its base functionality is very good as well, but I think that the developers need to come up with a better sense of what the games need to be, or how to design around the novelty of it. Clearly, with the original Wii, this tank looks kind of cool, huh? It's got a very World War I feel to it. It's like kind of a hedgehog thing in the front, triangular. And that weird design that they used in the World War tanks that were so ineffective. I think is this a Lehman Russ? Might be. Who knows? Lehman Russ is he was the patriarch of the. I can't lose any of this stuff. The patriarch of the Space Marines. I'm sorry, the Space Wolves, who are a division of the Space Marines. Well, I'm sure I've talked about before, but that was like in episode 1 or something like that. So that's, you know, quite some time ago, obviously. Oh, this is gonna suck. I hate these turret sections.
Authorization required.
This is the time where you need a cover system in this game. What was I driving at? I'm fucking talking. I don't have any scripts or any notes for any of these things, if you can't tell. So, if I get distracted and I get thrown off subject, you're just going to have to deal with it. I'm sure I was talking about the Wii U and the games, or as I feel, the lack thereof, games that utilize the system to the fullest extent. But I'm not sure a lot of programmers understand. What the fuck? Keep the door open, assholes. Just get it down before my shields go down. And it worked out fine. Problem solved, my friend. Yeah, I'm not sure what a lot of people should do conceptually wise with it. Like, I saw like the sniper sections in Zombie U, which kind of a good game, a little slow. I like survival horror as much as anyone else. Like, I wasn't a big fan of Resident Evil 6, but you know, overall, I've played survival horror games before, and I like their approach to it, especially making it so, you know, modern. But I don't know. It didn't really sit well with me, the way the gamepad functions in tandem with the actual game itself. Like, what they used it for, I think could have been much better done. But again, we're also talking. These are the first games to come out for the Wii U, so they're obviously not going to be you know, grand slams right from the get-go. I remember this part too. Why don't? Is there any more ammo in here? Doesn't look like it. I think I can manage with 208. It could be close, though. I wonder if that wire is... Yep. Well, I think it might just be far away in general. Let's see if we can take this one out. I think these fucking things have to be active. But it would be nice to take it out. Looks like I tripped the alarm. Nope. Yeah, no, it's tough to say that it's. And then, please don't take this as criticism for the system, because I think it's when Nintendo has to do different things. Clearly, the system is. I mean, I'd say this PlayStation is almost equally powerful, or relatively on the same power level as the Wii U. But Nintendo isn't about power for the most part. It's about, you know, creating something novel. Like when they made the Wii, obviously the main focus was the Wii motion controller, and you know, that's what everyone bought it for. But you know, after its initial approach and, you know, innovation, and people got over the hype for it, not a whole lot of people, or not a whole lot of developers made that many games, and that's partly Nintendo's fault. They make great products, but obviously this generation they realized they had to make hardcore games. But what that also means is they're going to have to be a little bit easier with developers. I said this in an article not too long ago concerning oh fuck these turds. I don't like it when my shield's going to half. Part of Nintendo's process is one of the reasons that a lot of developers say that it's hard to work with Nintendo is because of their processing for how games are sold through their games market, and also the way they prefer their development cycle to be done in the first place isn't. It's not as lenient as Sony or Microsoft's, and that's because Sony and Microsoft realize that they don't have that first-party power that Nintendo does. So when they hold themselves to a standard that high, it becomes less, well, in their eyes, it becomes less significant to have decent third-party games. Although third parties, I think, make some of the best games around. Well, that one came right to life, didn't it? A lot of great franchises are started by third-party companies. Bungie was a third-party company before they got bought by Microsoft after, you know, they made Halo. And obviously that's a very prime example. The team that made Metroid Prime was also a third-party team, and they did just fine with the system, but I think they were also a really small company. And they didn't have a lot of work to show for them, and someone had to handle a Metroid project for Nintendo, which is a first-party title still. God damn it. Fucking turds, man. I think they may have lightened up since then, but it's hard to say. Like, obviously I'm not a developer, so I have to read articles, and a lot of them were written when the Wii was out as opposed to the Wii U. But by having games for the hardcore audience, I think they will be able to capture a little bit more, but unless some of those games are written specifically to work in a novel approach with the Wii U pad, why would I do that? Because within another year, like if I'm a hardcore gamer and I know there's going to be an Xbox or a PlayStation that's going to be several times worse, at least twice as powerful as the Wii U, why would I switch to that? Like the novel approach isn't going to make up for the fact that I could be getting a game with much better quality. Am I getting this thing? Is it working? Yep. Answer that question. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh man, I hate this section. I hate turret sections in general, where they just have turrets just randomly placed around. You can't shoot them until they're activated, and when they are activated, they just act like dicks. Just made it through with the energy we had on hand. I got kind of cautious there just for a second. That's my take on how the Wii U is shaped up, though. It's kind of impressive again, but that's much like how the original Wii was. Like it was an impressive technology, rather easily duplicated by Microsoft and Sony. In fact, I think the Move and the Kinect, even though I'm not a big fan of the Kinect at all, and I'm definitely not going to say that it's the most successful thing ever, but the Kinect is much better than the Wii, just because, one, I don't have to use a controller, and, you know, the Kinect also has a bunch of novel purpose in some games. Obviously, a lot of Kinect games are pretty much junk, and the same with Move controllers. Oh, this is bad. I was not expecting that at all. But those technologies were essentially their response to Nintendo. They're like, well, we could do something that's as good if not better than that with relative ease. So, while the Wii U has come out again ahead of Microsoft and Sony, I don't think there's anything to indicate that a similar thing might not happen to begin with, where, you know, the premise for that well, not the motion, the Wii U pad, the gamepad. There's nothing to indicate that Microsoft and Sony probably won't do something similar that could potentially be better in the coming months when their new systems coming out. It's already been suggested that the PS4 can do similar things to the Wii U already, with just the Vita. I think the Vita is a wonderful system, but it's, you know, I'm not really big on portable gaming. When I'm not at home playing games, I'm usually at work or working. So, and when I go on the planes, I usually just use my cell phone to watch movies or, you know, go on Facebook or bullshit around with people. I'm just not really a big fan of portable games, like other than ones I can use to play, like, you know, on the toilet or something like that, as a time waster. That's me personally, though. But I'd be more inclined to get a Wii U, or I'm sorry, a PlayStation Vita, if I actually saw games that I could use in tandem with my PlayStation, as opposed to it just being another, as it stands, it's essentially just a controller. I mean, it functions as one, but I like the PlayStation controller as it stands. I don't really need to spend a couple $100 investing in a Vita just to have another controller in the house. Especially since the two I have are fine, you know? Like, if it did something else, like if all of a sudden it had, you know, additional scanner functions, or the game has extras that I can do, aside from, you know, playing remotely. aside from playing the games remotely on the Vita, I might be inclined to buy it, but just not for me. I don't feel. But if they, again, when the PlayStation 4 and Microsoft inevitably make a technology similar, or a static game base that's kind of similar to the current Wii U, it's obviously going to be much more powerful. So, oh man, those missiles hurt. But at least I have some cover here. My energy's just going progressively down as time goes on. But I don't know. I think that's just my take, and I think it's one that should be considered relatively heavily by Nintendo. Sony and Microsoft aren't companies that just make games. They do make game systems. I think they've done a very good job keeping the games systems alive over the years. Although I do think this 10-year cycle is kind of bullshit, where they say, "Oh, it's still fine." The games look okay, but any PC player will tell you that, you know, these things are essentially shit in comparison to what the, oh, you gotta be kidding me. No. These things are not happening. In comparison to what a PC gamer can do. Although, I gotta say, as much money as some of them spend on their product, or on their resources, I think I'd rather just chalk up the $500 and use my flat screen TV. It's clearly noticeably different, but a lot of other arguments are, you know, if I was going to play an FPS, I would, you know, it's much more effective, much more intelligent using a mouse and keyboard. And to that I say, if I really wanted to, I could buy, like, Sony and Microsoft both have third-party companies that make peripherals that are essentially mice that I can use with the precision for someone who's playing on PC. So for me, that's not really a valid point. Like, using a mouse and keyboard over a controller is, there are options in which you can do that currently. Use either one on any system. Well, at least for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. So those things exist as it stands. So really, it boils down to, you know, hardware and graphics capability. Obviously, it's going to be much better where you spend, you know, at least $1,000 on a PC. But I'm not willing to do that every couple of years, so my games look pretty. Call me not hardcore in that respect, and that's a fair point. I guess I'm technically not in that regard, where I don't really care that much about how the games look. But
that is the business of the Inquisition, Ultramarines. This way, Ultramarines.
What I do care about is my overall gameplay experience, and I don't think the experience in terms of, you know, action and combat and stuff like that, it's too much different on the current PCs, or most PCs from the current generation's game systems, with maybe the exception of the Wii. But I think the Wii U even does a good job, you know, for delivering a reasonable gameplay experience. The games that the system were, well, the new games interface that are designed for the system are, they're playable, but I don't think they're great. But I wouldn't expect it to be too different playing something like Zombie U or any other individual game. I can't. Nothing comes to mind at the moment.
Space Marine recognized.
Kraken Bolt. Oh yeah.
Chapter.
What's that replace?
The firing core is still active.
Yeah.
Excellent. If this is the firing core, Inquisitor, does it discharge through the whole facility?
But the experience of many of those games would be too much different than
the core actually raises
either a PC or on the, you know, likewise systems. If the gameplay experience overall, okay, but I don't think it's anything too noteworthy to write home about, as it stands for now. And we'll see how time goes on. Programmers are smart, so there may be some innovative designs coming up soon, so again, it's a wait and see situation like most things gaming wise. Now usually when I get a new weapon, they present me with an opportunity to use said new weapon almost immediately, and they did not let me down. Fuck, I hate those missile launchers, dude. Thank you, gentlemen. Oh my god, that thing almost killed me. Man, I hate those missile launchers. I hate turrets in general. Turrets are the worst thing ever in video games, unless I'm using one. Automated turrets can eat a bag of dicks. Oh, there's another one. Oh, look, there's two. Oh, that's fair. I guess it is good that I got this gun because taking out these turrets. Well, I need more bullets. My regular bolter was almost out of rounds. Wait till the shields go back up. Ow, man! I gotta say, he does take that missile like a champ, though. Anything else in here? I don't like surprises. Average on time last 28 minutes. Oh, I don't want to deal with any more turrets. Oh. Love how they're sneaky too. Oh, what is that you? No, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you. Now I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna hide behind the wall. Why can't this guy control these things again? Because that would mean I'd have to put down this hammer, which you can't do unless there's another weapon around, and which I wouldn't do anyway, so... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. They baited me with the ammo box. Oh. These turrets, they're like guard dogs. Sneaky guard dogs. I hope this is the end of the turret section, but somehow I've got that sinking feeling that there's more on the other side of this door. And, you know, just like me, instead of taking my time and looking for them, I walk right into the room. I don't see any turrets, so we might actually be good in this situation. I do see another ammo box though, and I definitely need that. Alright, here we go, through another door. No turrets in here, so far so good. Turrets in here. Yup. More turrets. It's the order of the day. I don't know who wouldn't order turrets for Christmas, because it seems like they sure stocked the fuck up here.
There. The command room is beyond those doors.
Yes, I know, but I need to get past the turrets first, my friend. They are attempting to kill me. Again. You guys, invincible. Me, not so much. I don't know how that missile missed me, but I'm not going to question it. What the? There's more? Oh, I'll take that last missile to the chest so I can be done with this godforsaken part. Oh, I don't know if you can tell, but I hate turret sections. And the fact that I tell stupid ranting stories on top of it probably doesn't make things any better. Oh look, more God of War upgrades. Supreme Fury. Maybe one day I'll use the Fury. I really have made a habit of not doing so.
I'm afraid they were the only thing keeping the orcs outside, however.
But you will be able to fire the weapon.
Indeed. We had better do so quickly. This place will be awash with orcs before long. Of course. Security systems disabled.
Authorization recognized. Releasing safeguard.
Please proceed to the generator room.
Alright. Let's go up here. Oh god. Come on guys. You've been over this before. Actually, I need to get some power from these guys. Get back to business as usual here. Whoa! What's hitting me all that time? Shit. Oh, I should have killed that one guy with yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for them and get some quick power as opposed to using the stun. Let's see how that works out this time. I think my senses were dulled from having to shoot all those stupid turrets.
Very good.
I gotta get this thing again.
Security measures will be down shortly, Captain. I'm afraid they were the only thing keeping the orcs outside, however.
But you will be able to fire the weapon.
Indeed. We had better do so quickly. This place will be awash with orcs before long. Of course. Security systems disabled.
Authorization recognized.
Oh, the episode's running a little bit long, but really, I blame the turret section. Alright. Look at these guys. Let's go back to our good old friendly oh, that's right, I have full health again. Oh, see the dog. Stupid dog got me.
Again! Shoot me again! Shoot those humans!
How about that? I don't need to shoot you again.
Place the canister into his cradle inside the power core, Captain.
Alright.
Do we risk exposure again?
Only if you drop the canister.
I knew this was the last part. Secretly, no I didn't. But I figured we were coming up on a cutscene fairly soon. So,
Your time carrying my power source is finally at an end.
Stand clear. Cyclic Scourge firing sequence commencing.
yeah.
Alarm. Structural damage. Warning. Emergency containment rights commencing.
Damnable
Clearly.
thing!
What do you need me to do, Inquisitor?
You'll need to manually restart the array alignment. Forcibly, if you must.
Where?
In the firing chamber! Board the lift, Ultramarines!
Yes, we will board the lift and we will go to the firing chamber in the next episode of Let's Play Warhammer 40k Space Marine. But until that time, I will talk to you all later. Be sure to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and check out my hub page. Thanks you all.